Hey, some big news for this weekend in crypto. Another big story just happened in the United States for Bitcoin. And I'm not talking about the White House Crypto Summit. Now, that also happened. A lot of people are disappointed. I'll tell you exactly why people are disappointed. So make sure to stay tuned. If you've not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do that right now. Click that subscribe button right on YouTube. And as far as that goes, if you trade Bitcoin, on the weekend or any crypto, you're driving yourself crazy because the crypto market rarely moves anymore on the weekend. On occasion, we'll get some nice movement, specifically on Sunday around the weekly close. But late Friday night, Saturday, like today, if you're trading it, if you're watching this on Sunday, great too. But just know that if you're trading crypto on the weekend, you're just going to drive yourself nuts. And so, as you can see here, Bitcoin is just going between 85,600 to 86,000. It's just at $1,000 range. It's not really doing anything. So, yeah, if you want to trade the top of this and the bottom of this support back and forth, ping pong it, hey man, more power to you. But on the weekend, I typically take some time off from any type of trading. As far as long term investments, right? That's a little different. $86,000 still, in my opinion, a great place to accumulate Bitcoin. But what I want to talk to you about is the big story with before that, the White House Crypto Summit leaves some investors unhappy. And so if you're not aware of this, Donald Trump, the president of the United States, met with people, officials yesterday in the White House to talk about crypto. And really, it didn't really come to much. And even some news stories say the crypto summit was just Trump thanking a thinking contest, just thanking people for being there. And, when it comes down to it, bottom line, there was already an announcement for the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve that we talked about this week earlier that was signed off by Trump. They're going to use seized assets, seized Bitcoin to start that off, then eventually figure a way out to accumulate more Bitcoin. So that was the big takeaway from this week for crypto in the White House. But as far as the overall crypto summit, one big reason why people are mad, and it upsets me too, is because there was a rumor that they were going to take away capital gains tax on Bitcoin and crypto for long-term capital gains. And naturally, I thought to myself, that is too good to be true. Why would they take away a major income source for the government? And of course, they said that was just a rumor. That's not necessarily true. A lot of crypto investors are unhappy right now after that was disclosed. So just be aware, if you are hoping, if you live in the United States, and honestly, if you live anywhere in the world, if you're hoping for the government to take away an income tax, specifically capital gains and crypto, very likely not to happen. There have been some places where they have decreased different types of taxes for crypto, or they've rewarded longer term investing. But as far as the United States go, don't look for that to happen anytime soon. Now, the big news that happened to piggyback off this is that Texas just passed a bill, SB 21, creating a Texas Bitcoin Reserve, the first state-run crypto fund in U.S. history. Now, why is this such a big deal? Now, we know that the biggest news this week was the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. And what we talked about was in a video, I talked about, hey, if this happens, understand that other countries are going to follow suit, other major countries. And the first thing that happened was a state to follow suit, to follow up on a Bitcoin Strategic Reserve, and that is Texas, one of the largest states in the United States. And basically, the Texas Senate approved this bill, and I'll go ahead and click on here. And it outlines several methods for acquiring Bitcoin. Okay. And so, according to the bill, the reserve can be funded through legislative appropriations. So, the Texas legislator, it's a big word, may allocate state funds specifically for purchasing Bitcoin, allocate state funds. There's a dedicated revenue source. The legislator can also designate certain revenue streams to be directed into the reserve. And lastly, private donations. The state is authorized to accept gifts, grants, or other donations of Bitcoin or other qualifying cryptocurrencies from individuals or organizations. And yes, I did say other cryptocurrencies, but you need to understand that within this bill, there is a 500 billion market cap threshold for assets that they attain, which means that the actual bill, the reserve can only limit to Bitcoin and Ethereum, since no other crypto assets consistently meet the threshold of 500 billion market cap. So again, for Texas, that's going to be Ethereum and Bitcoin as the two assets that it can actually attain for the strategic reserve. So that's really exciting news. I just wanted to share that for this weekend. Not too much else going on as far as crypto goes. There's always something going on, but really nothing worth your time outside knowing that as far as a strategic reserve plan goes, states are already starting to follow suit. Now, not to mention that as we see more and more states in the federal government, both two different entities start to accumulate more Bitcoin. Hopefully, over time, that allows for other countries to do the same. Again, putting more buy pressure on Bitcoin, which is good for all investors long term as the government looks at Bitcoin as hopefully potentially, quote, digital gold. But with that said, nothing else is really going on in the market. Bitcoin is stuck around $86,000. Can it eventually get back above 89,000, get back above 90K? That's a level that I'm watching right now. But as far as Saturday goes, the weekend goes in general, not until the weekly close that typically happens around midnight UTC time that I'll pay attention to that. So with that said, you guys are watching Rage Your Crypto. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on Monday.